You might be wondering how I stay warm when it's snowing outside, but it's actually pretty cozy in this tent. You can see over where I sit, it's actually currently now about 59 degrees, and this is on a cloudy day. If it was sunny, the sun also helps heat this up quite a bit. It'll sometimes get up to 70 degrees in here when it's still pretty cold outside. So there's sort of a multi-pronged approach. One, just being in the tent helps keep things warmer. I do have a space heater that I run when it gets too cold, and certainly this is not the most efficient use of power, given that this tent is just a piece of canvas. It's not insulated, but it actually works surprisingly well. I can get up to 20 degrees above ambient temperature. Actually, right now I think we're almost 30 degrees above ambient temperature. So it does work surprisingly well, but obviously it would be nice to be more efficient, and that's one reason why I'm designing that heavily insulated slumber pod. At night, I don't get as much warmth from the sun and the solar radiation, so this really comes in useful. On top of my mattress here, I have just a heated fitted sheet, and then on top of that, I've got what should be another sheet, just I'm protecting the bed from my griminess. And then I've got a 0-degree sleeping bag here. I don't usually sleep in this, I just use it on top as a really warm blanket. And then I've got a comforter on top of there. And then I've got another blanket, and another blanket, and another blanket. And I actually ordered even another one in case it got really cold. So with all those blankets on top of there, it really traps the body heat and the heat from the fitted sheet. And I'm quite cozy in there. In fact, sometimes I get too hot in there and I have to turn the heated sheet down. And of course, clothing comes in. It's a little bit on the chillier side today, so I'm wearing this comfortable jacket, and I've got some wool socks on, or some sort of at least heavily insulating socks on. During the daytime, there's a lot of solar radiation, and so it'd be nice to use that to help keep myself warm. A very inefficient way to do that would be to put up solar panels and then use the solar panels to drive some sort of electric heat. A much more direct way is to simply build a greenhouse-like structure over the space that I want to keep warm, and then basically you're just getting direct solar radiation in there with much lower losses. So with that, it can be, freezing temperatures outside and like a warm spring day inside the greenhouse. And then you still have the option to, within there, have structures that have additional heating and stuff. But now they only have to bring the temperature up 5 or 10 degrees as opposed to like 50 degrees. So that's one of the things I'm looking at for doing in the long run. Right now, I'm just trying to solve the sleeping problem, and by the time I get that slumber pod done, it's going to be warm enough here that worrying about keeping my other structures warm isn't going to be an issue for a while. So I do, of course, need to start working on that problem before winter comes, because by the time winter comes, it's too late.